Welcome to definition. Today, we'll move into the second stage, definition, where you really start to empathize with your user community and understand the depths of their problem. We'll cover the overall purpose, then go through what happens as you brainstorm user definitions and problem definitions. The definition stage has fewer steps than ideation, so we have one video to cover it all. If we're not careful, as designers, we can think we are the user community. We can also think our problem is the user community's problem. Sometimes that's true, but it can lead to a very narrow definition of the user community and problem. We might design a solution that we love, but most of the target user community doesn't. At the end of ideation, we have a very short description of the user community and problem. Within that, we still have a very large solution space. The definition stage helps us narrow that down even further. There's a lot more we can say about the user community and the problem. We want to get as specific as possible so we can fit a complete solution perfectly into their lives. I like to start with the user community. The user community definition is divided into 9 categories, and we brainstorm each separately. So there's a discard, offer, and shortlist for each of the 9 categories. The first category is demography and geography. We're continuing on with our hydration example. Your AI co-creator will generate 12 ideas, but will only show you 2 at a time in the offer list. And you will evaluate the ideas and drag and drop them into the discard or shortlist. Maybe you're aiming for a specific end of the user community, younger or older, North American or local, urban or rural, prosumer or luxury. There's a lot of wisdom and understanding in the Gen AI models, so think carefully about everything it offers. The temptation is just to shortlist ideas that describe ourselves. If you really know the user community, you can be fairly confident in your judgment. If the user community isn't familiar, you can make your best judgment and interview users and see if you're correct. Or you could even do this stage with people from the user community and discuss each idea as it's generated. The more ideas you create and the more coherent your shortlist is, the smarter your AI creator gets. It will use this growing context to generate even better predictions in the future. There's an interesting category at the bottom, the wildcard. This category lets your AI co-creator out of the confines of the other categories where it can find some really novel ideas. We don't want to box in your AI co-creator. I like to do this category last after I have some solid ideas in the other categories. Wildcard ideas can stay in the wildcard shortlist or be moved to another category where they fit better. Who knows what ideas you'll see in here. Once you've discarded and shortlisted your ideas, there are a few more things you can do. You can create your own ideas. Use your AI co-creator's ideas as a springboard for your own creativity. You can double-click on an idea display card and see its detail card. You can update the title and generate or update the description and justification. It might also be helpful to sort your ideas. You could gather like ideas together and then maybe combine or edit them so they're a coherent collection of thoughts. The software works hard not to duplicate ideas, but you might see some that are familiar enough that they should be combined. Your AI might generate an idea in the wrong category, so there's a lot of freedom to move idea cards within this stage. And if you want to delete an idea, drag and drop it into the discard list. Double-click to open the detail card and click Delete. If you ever have a question about what a word or concept is, just hover over the word to see if there's a tooltip describing it. And if you want to know what to do next, hover over the menu item for the design stage. Your goal in this stage is a complete and coherent description of your user community. There will always be some variation in your user community, but this process will help you understand who they specifically are and empathize with them. You can't design a product for everyone. You'll end up delighting no one. When you're ready to move on to the problem definition, just click on the problem icon in the nav bar. Developing the problem definition is similar to developing the user community definition. There are also 9 categories, but these categories change depending on your project type. Just start generating and sorting ideas. The problem definition has one more piece of information. The top line is a short description of part of the problem, and the bottom line is the benefit for your user if you can solve that problem. Knowing the benefit puts that problem in context for your user community and helps you empathize with them. You shortlist and discard ideas just like you did for the user definition. You can also add your own ideas, double-click to edit ideas, sort them, and move them to the discard list to delete them. An extra feature of the problem definition stage is that you can add photos. Double-click on the image icon, drag and drop or select your image, scale and pan to get the perfect shot, then click Save. If you have an image of your users suffering through some aspect of the problem, this can be a helpful way to build empathy. It can also help you communicate what you plan to solve to your teammates. Before you sell your product to your user community, you have to sell it to the rest of your team. Work your way through the categories, including the wildcard category. Again, you might want to do this category last. Your AI co-creator will avoid repeating ideas, so might reach out further into the solution space if there are ideas in the other categories. A lot of the ideas your AI co-creator generates will sound great. It might be tough to discard some of them. But just like you can't design a product for everyone, you can't solve all their problems. Car designers don't design a minivan that's also a truck that's also a sports car. Some of the most important decisions in product design are what you leave out. And there's a lot of reasons for leaving something out. Maybe very few people want it, or most of your users already have a better product to solve that part of the problem. It would make the product too complicated or expensive. It would add failure modes, or it would delay the launch by too long. Often the best products do one thing or a very small number of things very well. So use this stage to define the various aspects of a very small number of problems. Even the Swiss Army knife, which does everything, comes in 100 different models. Let's recap. The user definition helps you brainstorm aspects of your user community in different categories, then sort and refine those ideas so you can build a coherent and complete vision of the people you are designing your product for. Problem definition helps you brainstorm aspects of the problem, then sort and refine those ideas. Then limit the problem to something that is manageable to solve with one product. Altogether, the definition stage helps you empathize with your user community and understand their problem. By the end of this stage, you'll be able to see a picture of your user community in your mind and feel their suffering. This will help you craft a solution that fits perfectly into their life and remove the suffering their problem is causing. They will be delighted, thank you, and tell their friends. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.